The forgotten amusement park of Spree Park. Deep in Berlin's Plenterwald forest, along the gentle curves of the river Spree, lies a story almost too surreal to believe. Imagine a place where a 45-meter-tall Ferris wheel once lit up the skyline, a symbol of hope and progress for the German Democratic Republic. On October 4, 1969, Kulturpark Plenterwald opened its gates, rapidly becoming East Germany's premier amusement park, a vibrant hub that welcomed up to 1.7 million visitors at its peak. But life can be unpredictable. Following the fall of the Berlin Wall, the park's fate took a dramatic nosedive. West German showman Norbert Witte stepped in and rebranded the park as Spree Park, introducing modern attractions like roller coasters, a Wild West town, and even an English village. Despite the fresh new look, the park struggled against rising competition and heavy environmental regulations. And then, here's the kicker, a twist straight out of a crime thriller. In a desperate bid to recoup mounting debts, Witte orchestrated the relocation of 6 rides to Lima, Peru. Hidden within the ride's structures was a shocking secret: 167 kilograms of cocaine. The discovery led to a cascade of legal troubles. Witte faced a 7-year prison sentence, while his son received a 20-year one. Meanwhile, Spree Park was left to nature, its eerie, abandoned attractions slowly disappearing into the surrounding forest. However, not all hope is lost. In 2014, the city of Berlin bought the site, kickstarting plans to transform this forgotten ghost park into a vibrant cultural and recreational hub. With the creative visions of artists like Sol Calero and Claudia Comte, and the iconic Ferris wheel awaiting restoration for a big comeback in 2026, Spree Park's story is far from over. Stay tuned as history, art, and nature intertwine in this remarkable revival. Berlin's Hidden Bunker World. After our deep dive into Spree Park, it's time to venture even further beneath Berlin's bustling surface. Today, we're uncovering Berlin's Hidden Bunker World, a labyrinth of DUP-era bunkers, forgotten air raid shelters, and secret tunnels that capture the city's turbulent history. Imagine strolling through underground passages where decades-old propaganda posters still hang on the walls, or discovering abandoned medical supplies left behind during air raids. These eerie relics tell a story of survival and tension, echoing times when Berlin was on the front lines of conflict. And thanks to Berliner Unterwelten, a dedicated nonprofit founded in 1997, these subterranean secrets are coming back to light. One intriguing tour, Dark Worlds, takes you deep into a wartime bunker near the Gessenbrunnen underground station. Here, you can almost feel the weight of history as you learn about civilian life during relentless air raids. Another tour, Bunkers, Subways, and the Cold War, sheds light on how underground spaces transformed into civil defense shelters during the tense East-West standoff, protecting residents from potential nuclear threats. But the underground story doesn't end there. Consider the Fichte Bunker, originally built in the 1880s and later repurposed to shelter up to 30,000 people during bombing raids. Then there's the formidable Palasium Bunker, constructed under grim circumstances in 1943 with forced labor. And even the abandoned Luna Bunker, once considered a communications hub. And for a creative twist, the Feuerle collection on Hallesch Ufer transforms an old bunker into a vibrant art gallery that contrasts modern art with haunting relics of war. Each of these sites offers a unique glimpse into Berlin's past, a testament to resilience and adaptation. As we peel back the layers of history beneath the city, it's clear that Berlin's underworld is as rich and complex as the streets above. Devil's Mountain, Teufelsberg's spy station. Berlin's Devil's Mountain, Teufelsberg, rises like a mysterious sentinel over the city. Picture this, a hill not born of nature, but sculpted from 26 million cubic meters of World War II rubble. What once was a low-lying marsh has transformed into one of Berlin's highest points, standing about 120 meters tall. It's a striking reminder of how conflict can literally reshape a landscape. Back in the Nazi era, this very spot was earmarked for a military technical college, an ambitious plan that was halted by the chaos of war. Fast forward to post-war Berlin, and piles of debris from bombed-out buildings were steadily hauled here. Imagine hundreds of trucks daily, all contributing to creating this colossal heap, which locals affectionately dubbed Teufelsberg, or Devil's Mountain, drawing its name from the nearby Teufelsee, a lake known for its cheeky reputation as a nude bathing spot. But the story takes a fascinating twist during the Cold War. Recognizing the strategic advantage of a sweeping view over Berlin, the United States National Security Agency, or NSA, set up one of its largest listening stations right at the summit in 1963. Hundreds of spies worked in shifts to intercept transmissions from the Eastern Bloc, their activities housed inside those iconic, now graffiti-clad white redomes. After the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, the station fell silent as its equipment was removed. Today, Teufelsberg is much more than an abandoned spy station. It's a cultural landmark and a canvas for street artists hosting impromptu parties and exhibitions. Its layers of history, from Nazi ambitions to Cold War espionage, and finally its current role as an urban art space, symbolize Berlin's resilience and ever-evolving identity. Stick around as we continue to peel back more layers of Berlin's secret past, transitioning from underground bunkers to hidden hilltop tales. The ghost stations of the U-Bahn. If Teufelsberg's hidden spy station gave you chills, imagine riding through an underground maze of ghost stations that once silently told the story of a divided Berlin. During the Cold War, Berlin's U-Bahn network wasn't as connected as it seems today. Trains from West Berlin would pass through eerie, sealed-off stops in East Berlin. These abandoned platforms became known as Geisterbahnhöfe, or ghost stations. Picture this. As you hop on a train, an announcement warns, "Last stop in West Berlin." Shortly after, you enter a dimly lit tunnel where platforms lie deserted, and the only sound is the distant hum of passing trains. Stations like Potsdamer Platz, Bernauer Straße, and Janowitzbrücke were closed off in 1961 when the Berlin Wall split the city, transforming bustling hubs into silent reminders of separation. East German authorities secured these stations with heavy measures. Guards patrolled the platforms, barbed wire was strung across the entrances, and even the electrified third rail loomed as a deadly deterrent. It was a real-life thriller unfolding beneath the city, a ghostly intersection of daily transit and high-stakes political tension. Then, as hope began to shine after the wall's collapse in 1989, these forgotten stations slowly came back to life. Just 2 days after the fall, Janowitzbrücke reopened its doors, heralding a new era of reunification and vibrant urban life. Today, these ghost stations stand not only as historical relics, but as poignant symbols of resilience and reunion. They remind us how even in darkness and division, there's always a path toward connection and renewal. The Barenraub bear heist of 1960. Now, let's pivot to another curious slice of the city's past, the infamous Barenraub bear heist from the early 1960s. Picture this. Berlin, a city steeped in history where the bear has long been a symbol of strength and resilience. For centuries, live bears were kept in modest enclosures as living mascots, embodying the spirit of the capital. In our tale, a band of pranksters, or perhaps well-meaning mischief makers, decided to play an audacious trick. They swooped in and borrowed one of these emblematic bears, sparking outrage and plenty of amused whispers. The bear, unharmed and seemingly unfazed by its brief, unexpected adventure, was returned within days. Yet this stunt left quite the impression, prompting authorities to ramp up security around these cherished creatures. Now, before you start picturing a cinematic heist, complete with dramatic chases and clever disguises, here's the twist. Despite local newspaper archives like the Berliner Morgenpost hinting at this bizarre spectacle, deep dive research reveals no solid documented evidence of the incident. It remains a tantalizing blend of urban legend and anecdotal folklore, one of those could it be true moments passed down through the years. This enigmatic event might not have the hard data of a major bank heist in Montreal or the curious case of Houston's teddy bear bandit, but it perfectly captures the playful, rebellious spirit that sometimes graces Berlin's history. Whether factual or a tall tale, the Bärenraub continues to enchant us. A reminder that sometimes the most memorable stories are those shrouded in a delightful air of mystery. Hidden tunnel to the Führerbunker. Nestled beneath Berlin's Reich Chancellery, the Führerbunker was Adolf Hitler's final command post, built in two major phases between 1936 and 1944. Designed as an air raid shelter and strategic hub, it consists of the upper Vorbunker and the deeper, fortified lower Führerbunker. We know this labyrinthine complex had several exits. A main entrance linking directly to the Reich Chancellery, an emergency exit leading out to the Chancellery's garden where incinerations reportedly took place, and other passageways connecting to adjacent structures. Now, here's where the mystery deepens. Rumors persist of an additional concealed tunnel, a so-called fifth secret tunnel. In a 2017 episode of History Channel's Hunting Hitler, a discovery by Stasi officials in 1973 was mentioned. According to the speculation, this tunnel, about 75 feet from the bunker, supposedly leads to Berlin's Tiergarten Park. Yet, many experts are skeptical. They argue that escaping directly into a bustling public park would hardly have been a wise plan in the chaos of wartime Berlin. Adding to the intrigue, occasional construction projects in the area reveal bricked-up concrete sections, fueling further speculation. When you compare this to other Nazi underground networks, like the sprawling Obersalzberg tunnels or secret passages in Duisburg, it's hard not to get swept up in the allure of hidden history. Keep your eyes peeled. Sometimes the past has a funny way of resurfacing in the most unexpected places. Checkpoint Bravo's Forgotten Watchtowers. Earlier, we took a fascinating plunge into the underground secrets of the Führerbunker's hidden tunnel. Now, let's shift gears and head to a different kind of border story, one that winds its way along the infamous Berlin Transit Corridor. Today, Checkpoint Bravo's Forgotten Watchtowers are our focus, a stark reminder of the Cold War era and a piece of Berlin's layered past that often escapes the spotlight. Checkpoint Bravo, known in German as Grenzübergangsstelle Dreilinden-Drewitz, once served as the main Autobahn checkpoint between West Berlin and the German Democratic Republic, GDR. This border crossing, nestled on the A115 motorway, played a crucial role in connecting Nikolassee in Berlin with Drewitz in Brandenburg. Imagine this. Vehicles and people were meticulously scrutinized every day at this border, with passport control, customs offices, and even intense interrogation rooms run by the infamous Stasi. Border guards kept a constant vigil from concrete watchtowers that overlooked the surrounding area. Following the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the country's reunification, Checkpoint Bravo quickly fell into obsolescence. The majority of its structures were dismantled, and much of the area decayed over time. However, modern redevelopment gave birth to Europark Dreilinden, a bustling commercial park now home to companies like eBay and PayPal. Yet, not everything was lost to progress. One solitary watchtower remains preserved as a poignant memorial.